good evening, Shabbat Shalom, and a very happy Passover, happy Pesach to all of you. So many of you that are watching, we know we had about 150 people watching, which was wonderful from coast to coast. We're glad to have you with us. We're going to begin with our candle lighting, so we turn to page 2 in our prayer books. And we're doing this New Orleans style.
Just blow it. There we go. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner Lehadlik ner shel Shabbat v'shel Yom Tov.
Thank you. So we turn in our prayer books now to page 4 at the bottom of the page. Hinei ma tov, and good it is for all of us to be together.
And it is so good that we are together here on this Pesach and Shabbat evening. So please take a moment to say Shabbat Shalom or to introduce yourself to someone sitting nearby. You all did such a good job sitting up close tonight. Hinei ma tov u'manayim shavet achim gam yachad. Hinei ma tov u'manayim shavet achim gam yachad. Hinei ma tov shavet achim
As we turn to page 8 at the bottom of the page, let's continue with our family prayer. May we never take for granted the gift of Shabbat as we sit nestled in the Rocky Mountains, sharing this humble moment with family and friends. May the satisfaction of celebrating Shabbat hearten our spirits. Let Shabbat peace bring quiet to our souls. Allow this time set aside for song and prayer to bring us closer together in thoughts and deeds. With space we share become our place of devotion, glowing with reverence and filled with our traditions. And may the end of this week encourage us to examine our actions. Let us look ahead toward the new week and be worthy of all of God's blessings. The top of page 8 as we welcome the angels of peace. Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Vo'echem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Barchuni l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzitchem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Well, Owen, we're going to warm you up one more time. By the time it's your bar mitzvah, you'll have done everything. This will be so simple. If you'd like to come up, page 12, as we lift our eyes to the mountains, we finally see snow. Top of page 12. Pretty confident. That was very good. Thank you. That was great. We'll turn to page 16 as we go back to the 16th century to Tzfat, the center of Jewish mysticism. L'cha dodi as we welcome the Sabbath bride.
Lecha lecha dodi likrat likrat kala B'nei b'nei Shabbat v'kavela Lecha lecha dodi likrat likrat kala B'nei b'nei Shabbat v'kavela Lecha dodi likrat likrat kala B'nei b'nei Shabbat v'kavela Lecha lecha dodi likrat likrat kala B'nei b'nei Shabbat v'kavela Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad Hishmi anu el ha'meichad Adonai echad U'shemo echad L'shem tiferet v'litchila La 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 L'chad dodi Likrat likrat kala B'nei b'nei Shabbat v'kavela Lecha lecha dodi Likrat likrat kala B'nei b'nei Shabbat v'kavela Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nilcha Ki yehi v'kor ha'meracha Mirosh mikeret nisucha Sof ma'aseh v'machsheva tchila La 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 Lecha dodi Likrat likrat kala B'nei b'nei Shabbat v'kavela Lecha lecha dodi Likrat likrat kala B'nei b'nei Shabbat v'kavela Mikdash melech ir melucha Kumitzir itach ha'ofecha Rav Hashem et ve'emechalecha Ve'hu yachmol aleichem La 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 Lecha dodi Likrat likrat kala B'nei b'nei Shabbat v'kavela Lecha lecha dodi Likrat likrat kala B'nei b'nei Shabbat v'kavela
The bottom of page 18, we rise, face the rear of the sanctuary as we greet the Sabbath bride.
Boi v'shalom ateret bala Gam b'simcha u'b'tzola Toch emunei
Am segula,
Boi chala, boi chala La 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 Lecha dodi Likrat likrat kala B'nei
seated. The top of page 21 in Psalm 92, also known as the Psalm sung for the Sabbath day, recited in the temple in Jerusalem. Let's continue responsively the top of page 21. It is good to give thanks to you, O Lord, to praise your name through song, to speak in the morning of your loving kindness and your faithfulness each night, music of the lute and the harp, melody of the lyre. I'll sing with my delight as we continue the bottom of page 20.
Sadikatamar Yifrach Ke'erez Bavanon Yisken Shetuli Bevit Adonai Bechasrot Eloheinu Yafrichu Od Yenun B'Seva Deshenim Bera'ananim Yihiu Le'agir Ki Yashar Adonai Tzuri Ve'latamo.
And as we welcome your mom, we're page 23, we're glad to have you visiting and being here for Passover. If you'd lead us just for today on page 23.
Just for today, I will live one day only, forgetting yesterday and tomorrow, and not trying to solve the whole problem of life at once.
Afraid of life and death. Unafraid to enjoy the beautiful and be happy. People are as happy as they make up their minds to be.
Just for today, I will adjust myself to what is and not try to adjust everything to suit me. If I cannot have what I like, I will try to like what I have.
Just for today, I'll be agreeable, cheerful, charitable, do my best, praise people for what they can do, not criticize them for what they cannot do. And if I find fault, I'll forgive it, forget it. I'll try not to improve nor regulate anybody except myself.
Just for today, I will have a plan. I may not follow it exactly, but I will have one. It will save me from worry, hurry, and indecision.
Just for today, I'll get people off my nerves and not get on theirs. Appreciate them for what they do and what they are.
Just for today, I will not show it if my feelings are hurt.
Just for today, I'll find a little time for quiet, to relax, and realize what life is and can be. Time to think about God and get a better perspective of myself.
Just for today, I will look at life with fresh eyes and discover the wonder of it. I will know that as I give to the world, so the world will give to me.
Thank you. Julia, this is your moment now. So we're going to turn to page 24 and all rise, our call to worship. Julia's going to lead us in Baruch Hu. Cantor's actually going to lead us in Shema. I was looking for another name, but thank you. We turn to page 30 and join together.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Baruch Shem Kavod, Malchuto, Le'olam Va'en.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha, u'b'chol me'odecha, ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele, asher anochi mitzavecha, hayom al levavecha, v'shinantam levanecha, v'dibarta bam, B'shivtecha b'veitecha, u'lechtecha v'derech, u'v'shachbecha u'kumecha, u'kshartam le'ot al yadecha, v'hayu l'todafot bein einecha, u'chtavtam al mezuzot beitecha, u'visharecha, leman tizkiru, v'asitem et kol mitzvotai, V'tem kedoshim le'elohechem, ani Adonai Elohechem, asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim, liot lachem le'elohim, ani Adonai Elohechem.
Well, throughout the year, we were singing Micha Mocha. It always had special meaning to us, but even more so tonight. Because on Pesach, we talk about crossing the seas parted, Egyptians trying to follow. Page 32, we join together. On this Shabbat evening, we seek peace and comfort and shield us from hatred and destruction that plagues so many corners of the world. Console those in need. The top of page 34, Hashkivenu.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'hamidenu malkeinu l'chaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'hamidenu malkeinu l'chaim. Ushmor tzitzeinu uvoinu l'chaim u'shalom ve'ata ve'ad olam. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'hamidenu malkeinu l'chaim. Hashkivenu
And as we read in the book of Exodus, in 6 days the Lord created the heavens and the earth. And the seventh day he ceased from his work and rested. Page 36, V'shamru.
V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam. Beni uveil b'nei Yisrael oti le'olam, oti le'olam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai, asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et ha'aretz. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam. U'vayom hashvi Shabbat v'yinafash, Shabbat v'yinafash, Shabbat v'yinafash. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam.
There are those in our community who are in need of healing, of body, mind, or spirit. If you have a person in your life in need of healing, please feel free in just a moment to share their name aloud as we move about the sanctuary. We join together at the top of page 38, Misha Berach.
Misha Berach Avoteinu Mekor HaBracha Le'imoteinu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen.
And we offer these blessings for full healing to Ross Bagully, Gail Balin, Sue Beiser, and Chip Brown, Esther Janice Vatchaya, Blanche Deutsch, and Chris Eldridge, Larry Ellens, Carol Ann Finn, Sherry Frank, Deborah Goldman, Mark Rablowski, Lori Hellman, and Mike Herman, Ray Ivry, Harriet Jaffe, Mary Sue Katz, Herman Keek, Phil Krasnow, Judith Landau, and Barbara Myers, Bill Multack, Janet, Stephen Reese, Bruce Rogers, Bill Silvers, and B. Sklarowitz, Barbara Solomon, Alyssa Suslin, Dina Stempler, Lisa Stryer, Merle Steyer, Alan Tannenbaum, Richard Taxman, Donna Weinstock, Jerry Weinstock, Jeffrey Whitman, and Simon Singer. Anyone else? Thank you.
Misha Berach Imoteinu Mekor HaBracha Le'avoteinu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah Shema, the renewal of body
And we'd like to invite up Mark and Ella.
And if anyone needs to move at any point because of the light, don't hesitate. You can move anytime. We will not be offended.
By the time you keep shifting that way, you can go this way next. It's fine.
Yes.
We're going to continue page 40, Reader's Kaddish, as we all rise.
Gadol v'yitkadosh shemei Rabba.
Amen.
Ve'amad divra kirtei ve'amlich malchutei.
V'chayechon v'yomechon u'chayedecho Beit Yisrael. Bagala, bagala, uvizman kariv.
V'imeru.
Amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mevarach. Le'alam olam me'amaya. Yitzbarach.
Yitzbarach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitroman v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitale v'yitala shemei dekutsha
B'richu.
le'ela min kol bechata v'shirata
Tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma.
v'imeru.
Amen.
Thank you. Eternal God, open my lips that my mouth may declare your glory. Page 42, and then silently through page 57.
Anananananana Adonai. Ananananana Svatai Tiftach. Ananananana Ufi Yagi.
Ufi Yagi Tehilatecha. Ananananana Adonai. Ananananana Satai Tiftach. Ananananana Ufi Yagi. Ufi Yagi Tehilatecha. Ananananana Adonai. Ananananana Satai Tiftach. Ananananana Ufi Yagi. Ufi Yagi Tehilatecha. Ananananana Adonai. Adonai Satai Tiftach. Ananananana Ufi Yagi. Ufi Yagi Tehilatecha. You may be seated when you've completed the Amida. As we continue with our prayer for peace, the bottom of page 56, Oseh Shalom.
Oseh Shalom Bimroma. Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu. Ve'al Kol Yisrael. shalom, yasa shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yasa shalom, yasa shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yasa shalom, yasa shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yasa shalom, yasa shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yasa shalom, yasa shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
Well, the cantor is going to, what program are they in?
Well, tonight, my children are in the Vail Performing Arts Academy performance of New York, New York, and so I'm going to dip out a little bit early, but Will has us covered for the rest of the singing for this service. So your eyes got so big. You've got this.
Well,
I believe in you.
Wish them well. It's wonderful. Well, while preparing for Passover that began this past Wednesday, Jews around the world, no matter how religious, I think most of us went into that spring cleaning mode. Some of us got rid of chametz, which is the food made from wheat, and all of the crumbs. Some of us changed over our everyday pots and dishes and silverware and for special Passover ones. And some of us, well, we just decided we're going to pick up some matzah and macaroons. But for most of us, I'd like to suggest there was also an opportunity for what we'd like to call psychological cleaning. During these 8 days of Passover, it's a clearing out, so to speak, of our clutter and really clean our souls. Often so much of our focus is on putting the pasta aside and put away the bread and clean up everything that would have to deal with chametz until next week, and finding creative ways to then turn matzah into something very special. Well, I think sometimes we forget about that spiritual cleaning of this opportunity to clean what's inside of us. Now, for a moment, consider spiritual cleaning of chametz and matzah according to the Kabbalah and those who study mystical texts aiming to achieve a deeper spiritual connection with God. Well, according to the mystics of Judaism, they said rising, as in bread rising, is explained by the Kabbalists to be rising, and it symbolizes pride. Matzah, on the other hand, which is flat, matzah symbolizes humility. So the Kabbalists were trying to explain that the process of getting rid of our bread or getting rid of our chametz, it's not just about getting rid of physical chametz that we have in the house. It's about ridding ourselves of spiritual chametz. They said it's about ridding ourselves of the negativity that builds up in our lives. So Passover is here to remind us that, well, I think all of us, we need to find a way to let go of that negativism so we can embrace what's truly important. Well, let me give you an example, and I think we can all relate to moving. The story of Passover, it's all about moving. The Israelites were told overnight that they were going to leave the next day, and can you even imagine what you would load on your own ox cart in one night to leave the next day? What would you carry on your back while leaving the rest behind? Well, when any of us have moved from one home to another, we can all agree that it's a stressful experience. We've had a tough task of deciding what we needed to bring with us, what gets left behind, and also what do you want to remove from your lives. So for years, we've accumulated so many memories in each box of clutter that's before us. We've looked at years-old baby clothes filled with memories, and we say, there's no way I'm just going to throw those away. Or boxes of old ski clothes that are only appropriate for retro ski day. But we've saved some things that we haven't seen since the last move. Then we say, why? Chametz is more than the yeast that leavens bread. Chametz can also be seen as the clutter in our lives. prevents us from gaining our true freedom. So the Kabbalah teaches us that we can grow or shrink depending upon the clutter that we let into our souls. So Passover is here to remind us that every year, put away the chametz, both physical and spiritual. And instead of thinking of how inconvenient it is to put away the bread and the pasta, why not embrace this opportunity? Embrace this opportunity to allow perhaps new things into our lives and listen to new ideas and allow new people into our lives. So it's time to let the clutter out of our soul, just as we do in our house. You see, clutter is not just the stuff in your garage or on the floor or in your closet. Clutter is anything that stands between you and the life that you want to be living. So this Passover, let's get rid of that chametz, but this time inside your home and also inside your soul. Well, if you are not getting the newsletter and you'd like to receive it, there's so much on there as to what's coming up, and we seem to be adding more things all the time. We just met with Jake Pates last week, and he was not only had his bar mitzvah here, but he was the Olympic snowboarder. He's going to come talk to us this summer. We've confirmed David Ben-Gurion's grandson is going to be coming, and this one I think is very special, called Kibbutz and Kugel, Abyssal Yiddish. So not only do we have a Yiddish professor from the University of Chicago coming to talk about Yiddish, but the food's going to be unbelievable when we bring in Jonas Schimmel's Knish from New York and all the other great treats to top off the whole day. So much more that's going on, and I really encourage you to look at it. Mark your calendars. It's going to be an incredible summer, and hope that the rest of your Pesach is great. We want to say hello to those East Coast to West Coast, and I know the Bush is headed out. I saw it on the news. They pushed your daughter, along with 5,000 other people, out to sea, and who knows where they're heading. They don't really tell us, but we wish her luck. Did she do a Seder on the ship, did she say? Wow, so the George Bush had a Seder. That's very cool. So we wish her luck, and we want to hear about it when she comes back. So again, welcome to all of you. We're glad to have so many of you that were with us today. The snow was a little bit late, but it still came. And we're going to continue with Aleinu. Will, we haven't had you up here in a while. We're going to all rise as we continue Aleinu, page 60. Up here.
Aleinu l'shavech l'adon hakol,
Lateit gedula liotzer bereshit, shelo asanu k'gayei haratzot,
velo samanu k'mishpachot
adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem,
v'gor aleinu
kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, umishtachavim umodim, lifnei melech, Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu,
shechunot hashamayim ve'yoser haaretz, u'moshe yikaro b'shamayim ima'al, u'shchinat uzo, begavhei meromi. Hu Eloheinu ein od, emet malkeinu efezulato, Kakatu betorato, ve'atahayom, v'hashevot elevavecha, ki Adonai hu ha'Elohim, b'shamayim ima'al, ve'al ha'aretz mitachat einod, ve'ne'emar, V'haya Adonai, l'melech al kol ha'aretz, B'yom hahu, yeh Adonai echad, U'shemo echad.
Thank you. Got the whole family in. That was wonderful. Well, tonight remember our loved ones who are no longer with us, and it has been said that a loved one will always be with us while their name is still spoken. In solemn testimony to that unbroken faith which links the generations one to another, we recall their names as they live in our hearts forever. The Mourner's Kaddish can be found on page 64. First, we read the names of Ruth Baker, Peter Barrett, Grace Blossom Silver, and John Burnett, Lisa Cohen, Edward Cohen, Maurice Frank, Anita Frankfurt, Jean Ginsburg, and Clifford Goldman, Alan Goldman, Nathan Goldstein, Stan Green, Mathilde Heffer, Sidney Isaac, Mark Jacobson, Ruth Kimmel, and Clara Krell, Adele Langsam, Ted Levy, Suzanne Levy Leonard, Ellen Leaf, Doug Lockhart, Bess Lubin, Bonnie, Susan Marcus, Alicia Merritt, Kurt Metzel, Goldie Moskowitz, David Mossman, Samuel Narenberg, and Larry Nickerman, Betty Numeroff, Marshall Palikow, Leah Pullman, Abe Poncher, Jackie Retchick, Pearl Rosen, Bernice Rosenbach, Harvey Rowitz, Herbert Rubenstein, Thelma Rubenstein, Samuel Schimmel, and Jacqueline Schwab, Ina Schwabe, Harry Schwartz, Sadie Slakowitz, Francis Solomon, and Shalene Sosland, Bernice Waldbaum, Merritt Buckweaver, David Wheeler, Jack Whitman, Ruth Wiseman, Joanna Wolf, and James Wolf. If anyone else is observing Yahrzeit this month. The Mourner's Kaddish can be found in our prayer books on page 64, and those who wish may join with us as we say, Yitzgadal v'yitzkadash shemei rabbah, v'yalma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechal beit Yisrael, v'agalav izman kariv imramein, Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam omei omaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, V'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudesha brichu. Le'elah min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, damiran v'yalma v'imramein. Yehei shlomo rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imramein. Oseh shalom v'imramav, hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imramein. You may be seated. Nate, thank you for putting all this up here. If you need a little help in taking it down, we have a few good men that can help us carry some of the heavy stuff. And Stephanie, thank you. You always make it look so beautiful in here. Thank you for helping with that. I thought I'd try an experiment tonight where it is Passover, and it's a Don Olam, and usually I turn to the cantor and say, do a Passover song. Well, we're going to turn to you and try it. So what if we tried it to Manishtana? Everybody knows it, right? Okay, so here's how I think we're going to try to do this. Okay, you ready? Adon olam asher malach, v'terem kol yitzir nivra, v'terem kol yitzir nivra, v'yet nasa v'chefsako, azay melech shemo nikra, azay melech shemo nikra, v'yacharei kichlot hako, levado yimloch nora, v'hu haya v'hu hoveh, v'hu yeh b'tifara. It still works, let's try it. V'hu echad v'yein sheni, la'am shilo lehachbira, am shilo lehachbira, beli reshit, beli tachlit, v'lo ha'oz v'ha'misra, beli tachlit, v'lo ha'oz v'ha'misra. We only have to survive 2 more verses of this. Vehu eli v'chai goali, v'tzurchav li b'yetzara, v'tzurchav li b'yetzara, vehu nisi umanos li menakosi b'yom ekra, vehu nisi umanos li menakosi b'yom ekra. Last verse. V'ya'ado afkid ruchi, v'etishan v'ya'ira, v'etishan v'ya'ira, v'im ruchi gaviati, Adonai li v'lo ira, Ve'im ruchi gavi'ati Adonai levalo ira. Happy Passover. Well, let's rise for a closing blessing. Challah is a little bit thin tonight. You guys want to hold this for me? You get to have the taste of matzah when we're done, too, which is really special. Got it? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Let's see what's under there. Ooh, it's special. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz v'tei avon. Shabbat shalom and happy Hanukkah. Happy Passover.